What's up guys, we're going to be going over Kitana in this video, who received a couple buffs in the latest patch. Now Kitana in this game has, I think, received almost 30 buffs since day one of this game. She may be one of the most buffed characters in this entire game, spanning from all the improvements she's gotten throughout the game's life. So what NRS did in this patch is they gave her two pretty significant buffs. One of the buffs being her back 1-4 string. They made the two kicks after the back one both mids. So before this patch, this used to be, her back one used to be a mid, and then the 4 used to be two highs. So back 1-4 used to be mid into two highs. Now it's mid into two other mids. So the entire string is full on mid. And of course you have the extension back 1-4-2, which is -4 on block, and makes this entire string a quadruple mid string that's completely safe. The good thing about this is, because they made her back one extension all mid, now she has pretty much a safe meaty to check people with on knockdown. Because before, if you tried to meaty someone with back 1-4 when they had no meter, you could sometimes miss your back one and then the 4 would come out, your opponent would get up not blocking, crouch blocking, then ducking under your moves, and then down to crushing, blowing you, and you know, it just made it so there was some risk involved. Now, if you knock your opponent down, you see that they don't have meter to roll, you could always go for a back 1-4, and because the two 4s have so much active frames, if you look at it, it's 16 frames of active frames, and the first kick I think has 19. So that's a ton of active frames. Your opponent's not going to be able to really mash through that, and then you always have back 1-4 to hit them. And if you're playing Highborn, you could always cancel into her Adenian Razors to be plus off the string. So you have a lot of uses for the string. This buff may have actually made this Kitana's best go-to string now. Instead of using back 2-3-1 in certain circumstances, you might as well just use back 1-4 for everything now. Knockdown to get your turn back and always go into Razors. It makes the string so much better. Now the second buff she got is the reversal to her up 2 and her wake up 2. They made that, they fixed the hitbox on it. Reversal up 2 fan move. They fixed the hitbox on that. So now it should be much easier to hit people when you flawless block or jump in. And because the hitbox is fixed, now you're actually able to launch people where you couldn't launch them before. Like for example, some characters could do pokes and the move would completely whiff. Now, Kitana has a reversal flawless blockable up 2 launcher that will work against characters, and this is huge because she has one of the fastest up 2 launchers in the game. Hers is 8 frames startup. Just to keep that in perspective, it's faster than Gear's Titan charge now, which is 9 frames. She has an 8 frame mid launcher. The animation looks like a high, but it's actually a mid. So she has a mid launcher. And again, for those of you that play Highborn, which is one of her, it's definitely her best variation. If you play Highborn, this can give you more mind games now going into her Razor post game, because now you can bait your opponent wanting to poke back to stop your pressure, and then you can flawless block the poke or string and then launch them. So yeah, these are the two things Kitana has received this patch. Definitely makes her a way better character than she was before.